House with regards to the league, women's football, and all of that. And today will be no exception, as we have a very important issue to talk about. And the personality we have here today is no other person but Mr. Musa Sise, who is the president of the Sports Journalists Association, but also doubles as the publicity head of publicity committee, as the AFCON is just around the corner in few days to come. Thank you very much, Mr. Sise, and welcome to our platform, GFF House Update. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. This is our house. This is our platform. So I think we're here for obvious reasons.
Thank you. I know you were very exhausted, going up and down with regards to the AFCON. How has it been so far? Bring us up to speed about the latest happenings at the NCC.
Thank you, Mayama. It's hectic, but it's a national call. It's a national duty, and we are volunteers working for the progress of the game and also serving our nation in support of our national team's drive to get a successful, AFCON campaign in Ivory Coast. Hence, since the formation of the NCC, and of course the subcommittee is set up to make sure that we are tasked with supporting, raising funds, and of course sensitizing the public in terms of everything that's needed to make sure that our team, the Scorpions, have a very smooth ride in Ivory Coast. That's why we are all in here. Yes, we are running up and down. Yes, we are, trying to do everything possible with all the stakeholders identified by the Federation, and of course the Ministry, to make sure that what is wanted is delivered. Such a task, of course, learning from what happened in our maiden appearance in Cameroon, returning to the tournament again, this time in Ivory Coast, means that we have to up our game, we have to raise the tempo, because we want to do more than or better than whatever we've done in Cameroon. That is why this campaign is very difficult. That's why it is a challenge. But we are up to it. The team is up to it, and we're doing everything possible to make sure that at least right now all the avenues that we've identified to raise funds are live. The radio programs, just like any of these, just like this platform, is ongoing. The TV appearances, the radio talk shows, the publicities on social media, billboards, the avenues where you can go and contribute both in the Gambia and abroad and diaspora are all open to everyone, to make sure that at least no one is left behind in your desire to support the national team in making sure that we have a good campaign in Ivory Coast.
As head of media and publicity, what kind of, part of the fundraising, what kind of plans do you have? Do you have plans to put up a gala dinner, or what kind of fundraisers are we expecting?
Okay, what is happening right now is that in terms of the fundraising, we have a series of events. Firstly, we all know that the team will be leaving the Banjul on the 27th of this month for Jeddah, where they'll be holding their training camp before flying into Morocco to play the friendly match, and then come to Banjul on the 7th of January 2024. From the 7th, they'll be home, and on the 8th, we are made to understand that the selected national team players will all be accorded with diplomatic passports. There's government's effort in recognizing the team's efforts, and also according them that ambassador level, because we believe that they are ambassadors and they are doing a good job for the country. So this is one of the ways in which we're supporting them. I'm telling them how much we appreciate their efforts. And on that very night, there's going to be a concert, a music concert, probably at the stadium, for these players. Of course, the artists and everything that has to do with that will be publicized, will be unveiled very soon, because tickets will also be sold for that on the fundraising drive. On the following day, that is going to be the Tuesday on the 9th, there's going to be an exhibition training match at the stadium, which is also going to be ticketed. And tickets will be sold for this game so that the fans can come and see the boys in action. And in the evening, at night, will be the official corporate gala dinner for the players at State House, to be hosted by the president. And of course, we'll witness the handing over of the battle flag to the captain. And then the following day, on the 10th, is when the team will leave on a grand fanfare of, with send-offs. We expect it to be a very lousy one, a very colorful one, in which we will send our boys out to Ivory Coast, hoping and praying for them to get us a very, very good tournament. But before all that, what's important right now is that the fundraising drive we've opened up a Ticketo app. There is an app called Ticketo. That's where anyone in the Gambia can go. All that we expect of you is that go to the Ticketo app, just go on your app, Galaxy app, and then look for Ticketo app, download it. It's very simple. Just follow the steps, and you can download it and support anything that you want. You can also go to natiketo.com, just like Ticketo, natiketo.com. It's a website where you can go and support anything. Equally on the Ticketo, if you are in the diaspora and you have all these cards, credit cards or avenues where you can make payments or receive, whether it's Visa card, whether it's a MasterCard or American Amex or Google Pay, Apple Pay, you can do anything. You can go in there and donate. You can even go to GoFundMe and then just look at the NCC and the Gambia national team, and then you will see what is there for you. So you can use it to donate anything, anyhow you want. So we don't want to leave anything to chances. Whoever you are, wherever you are in this world, we want to believe that if you definitely want to support the country, we give you the chances, we give you the opportunities to just make sure that at least at the end of the day you can feel proud that I have supported my national team. Locally, what we're trying to tell the public is that we just want every Gambian to give us $100.
100.
Just give us $100. It's going to make a huge difference. So whoever you are, we don't think asking of you to give your national team $100 is something too big. I don't think it is. So can you imagine what 1 million people, if 1 million people can give us $100, that's just $100 million out of the $388 million we need. We know government's commitment towards this campaign because we had a bilateral with them, and they've shown their commitment and willingness to make sure that at least a huge chunk of this money is provided. But what's more important about this whole thing is that the money is all for the players. The money is all for the players, and it is going to see us all through to the end of the tournament, unlike what we did in Cameroon. It's a learning curve. So hopefully the public will understand this thing, and all the naysayers, we're telling you that this money is not for Musa Sise, it's not for Mariama Bojang, it's not for Kaba Bajo, it's not for Bakari Baji. It is for our national team that we all belong to, that we all love, that we all cherish. So what we're asking of you is that come and be a patriot, support what belongs to you more than anything else. So this is where we are right now, Mayam.
Interesting. Well, the fact that the boys are going to play at the stadium, it's going to give everybody an opportunity to come through and support, because we did this some time ago, I think on the 17th, when they were going to Peru, if my memory serves me right. Everybody contributed, and that went a long way, and that was a success. If we can do it back then, why not now?
That is the belief, and I mean that is the reason more so why we have no reason to sit back and even wait to be called. We believe the sensitization is going on, and we can only appeal. It's not mandatory. Yeah. I mean, yesterday, I mean, Abdullah Sise, MP for Old Yundum, I mean, called to tell me that Musa at parliamentary level, I mean, we are mobilizing every member of parliament to contribute. Nice. Honorable Bakari Baji says every cabinet member is contributing. We know that the president is going to contribute. And the civil servants, I also understand there's a circular sent so that to make sure that every civil servant contribute. So this is a national thing. I don't want to believe that anybody would excuse him or herself out of this exercise in making sure that you are seen to be supporting what belongs to Gambia. As a Gambian, you live in the Gambia or outside the Gambia. So having said, I mean, what you said, Mariam, about the team, this is why this whole idea of having the team run out on the grounds at the Independence Stadium for a very long time is so appealing, is so attractive. So this is what we're offering the public, to come forward and see something, see their boys in their flesh for a very long time on the newly refurbished stadium. At least it's something that I think is beautiful to watch. Whatever the price, ticket of prices, we want the stadium to be filled to capacity. That's what we expect, and that's what we want. Let it be just like any big international game, just like when Algeria was here, when the stadium was packed to the rafters. That's what we want to see, the public come out and then support our boys.
Now, apart from the ordinary stakeholders, who are the other targets we are looking at here for possible sponsorship?
We're looking at Corporate Gambia. Corporate Gambia have been listened to. That's all the businesses we know. I mean, it's end of year, but we are hopeful that Corporate Gambia will respond. and take ownership, associate and identify themselves with the national team, because that's what's the right way to move on in terms of sponsorship of such a team like our national team. The world over, I mean, sponsorship drives these kind of events, these kind of national teams. But we struggle in Gambia for obvious reasons, but that doesn't mean that we can't do something. And that's the idea why we have the, corporate event with the president, where we expect all the businesses in the country to come forward, to come out, and of course pledge and support. Even before that, the committee is going right now to follow up on all the business that have been written to the banks, the petroleum, the hotel industry, the insurance, you name it. So we set up, the committee, that is the fundraising and the media and publicity committee, following the dispatch of all these letters, to make sure that we sit with some of these businesses, adjust to our requests. Probably most of the businesses would not, adhere to what we want, but we can negotiate and see how you can come in and what we can also give you in return. This is why it's a huge task. It's a mammoth one, but we believe that we are up to it. And hopefully something good will come out of it at the end of the day, Mayam.
At the football game, is it going to be free of charge, or people are going to just come in and have a box to contribute?
We want people to come and contribute, yes, but we expect everybody to pay. Ticket prices will be announced, and they will be sold online, and make sure that everybody, just like the music concert also, because it's about transparency, we want to make sure that everything that's collected is recorded for posterity. Because most of the times that's even out of the game right now. We don't want to be at the gate selling tickets here and there. That's all a challenge. But hence right now, innovation and technology has moved up and made some of these things easy for us. We want the Gambian public to embrace some of these changes, because it's less headache for all of us. All that we want to do is that some people will be at the gate just to control, scan whatever you have and allow you in. Turnstile are not yet in, but hopefully they will be in, which is going to allow one person at a time to walk in nice and easily in the stadium. With time, all these things will fall in place. But as at now, probably before at the end of our meeting today, all these things will be cleared, and we'll be out to talk to the public again as to what next on these two events.
Last AFCON, the campaign was not very successful, but we have seen at the last stage where a gala dinner was organized at the State House, companies came forward to sponsor. Let's say this time around it happens the same way. Are you going to do it at a bigger stage, having to invite all of the companies to come there and do their pledges like last year?
Exactly, that's what's happening. When we conceived the idea, fortunately I spoke to the Chief of Protocol about it, because it was unfortunate that I was not in here when, even though after putting everything together, I was stranded in Qatar with the national team because of COVID. But touch wood, this time around, I hope I'll be on the ground. It was held at the State House Gardens, but this time around, the Chief of Protocol advised that because of the number of people and businesses we want to attract, we should do it at the tent. That's where we believe many people will come in and many businesses will come in. So far, the logistics, we are making arrangements to make sure that everything is set in place. Invitations will be sent just as it was, from the president's desk, because he's going to sign all the invitations and send to every individual business in the country, inviting you to come to this fundraising gala dinner to witness the handing over of the battle flag. We hope businesses will respond positively so that at least we can have a very successful evening, Maya.
We don't want to keep you the whole day. I know you have another meeting. So quickly, just before we take a leave of you, as the president of the Sports Journalists Association and head of media and publicity, last time we saw 10 journalists represent Gambia at the AFCON. This time around, what are we expecting to be arranged from the NCC level?
That's a good one. It's always difficult. Last time, as I mentioned, we saw 10 travel to Cameroon for the very first time, which was an eye-opener and a learning curve for all of us. This time around, we want to see that number doubled. Because, I would say this thing again, and I will repeat myself again. Besides the athletes, that's the players, the next important thing is the press and media. If you look at the Olympics and all these things were all played behind closed doors, the only people in attendance were the press and media, because we sell this game. The press and media sells and promotes this game. So Gambia is no exception. So we're trying to see how best we double that number from 10 to 20, because we are moving up as a country. And if we are moving up as a country in our football, the press and media must be given, or must be seen to be given that opportunity to make sure that we are seen to be promoting our game, we are seen to be selling our game and our country and give it a very good representation. That's the only way that our game will develop, would reach where we want it to reach. I mean, that is why at NCC level, I'm advocating for at least seeing the number double. And I know that this year so many people have approval applied and had approval for to attend the games. But there's one thing to attend, to get your approval, another thing to attend. And the idea was to have media houses support their staff.
Yeah, staff, yeah.
SJAG is not an institution that pays. SJAG is just an association of personal bodies that has no subvention, that has no funds, but only rely on support. So if that is the case, we don't expect SJAG to fly all our staff or all our members into an AFCON without support. But this time around, the NCC, as we did the last year, are willing to at least adhere to our request to see how best we can get 20 of our members to be in Ivory Coast with the national team. The idea is even by the time the team leaves the Gambia on the 10th, we should be able to fly with some members of the media and press on the 10th, whilst the others will travel with the fans in the second flight. So this is where we are right now. We have not shortlisted yet. We're just identifying the number who made the cut, and then we'll shortlist, because definitely we cannot fly everyone in. It's not possible. We don't have that funds, and that space is not available on the flight for us, Mayama.
That's very good. I mean, is there any other message that you want to put out there as far as the media and publicity campaign is concerned?
Yeah, all that I want to tell the Gambian public as we speak right now is that the national team is our national team. It's not my national team, it's not your national team. It represents the Gambia, the country, and our flag, and our people. So there is nobody who can claim ownership of the national team. So being the case, I don't believe that there is anybody who has the right to suggest otherwise, that, you know what, do not support the national team. It is a far-fetched thing for me. It's just unbelievable. But I mean, people believe that they have their opinions. They might not like what they see, but the fact is that they do not and cannot. And I want to believe that people should not even waste their time trying to listen to those kind of people. You know, what matters at the end of the day is the results that we go for, the results that comes our way. But as far as we are concerned, we want to encourage every Gambian. And I'm appealing, you know, this is mandatory, it's not mandatory. We're appealing to everybody who is in the Gambia and outside the Gambia. You call yourself a Gambian, love the Gambia, like to see our football progress. We're appealing to you to come forward and support and donate to the national team and our cause. It's not the NCC, it's not GFF, it's not you, it's not me, it is about Mother Gambia. So I'm appealing to everybody to come forward and support the national team.
We have quite a number of Gambians in Ivory Coast. What is the NCC doing in mobilizing those Gambians in Ivory Coast for supporting our Scorpions in the AFCON? Very
good. That's a very good one. The NCC, the Logistics Committee headed by Papa Yusuf Njai, was in Ivory Coast and Abidjan, Yamoussoukro recently. We also remember that he is the Ivorian consul in the Gambia. He has very good links in there. He is able to mobilize the Gambian population in Ivory Coast. And all that they're asking of us is for us to help them get tickets so that they can come and support. They are willing, they are prepared to come forward. They're just waiting on the Gambians to arrive to show them their hospitality, because they're just an extension, some of us in there. So there's been a good preparation as far as the Gambians in Ivory Coast is concerned, because wherever they are, they're mobilizing themselves to be in Yamoussoukro. The idea was to get them buses wherever they are. But because of logistical reason, consultation was made, according to Papa Yusuf, to see how best we can get as many of them as possible, to be in Yamoussoukro to support the national team. So, which was a good move. We know that, anyhow, comparatively, our opponents have more of them resident in Ivory Coast than we do. But that's just the way. That's why we're also trying to at least get some of our people to support the national team whilst in Ivory Coast. So it can be very interesting, but we hope that we will prevail at the end of the day, Mayama.
Thank you very much for coming. And any last words to people who wants to donate and they don't know the avenues to chip in their donations?
What I also want to tell the public is that there's going to be collection points.
Yes.
There's going to be collection points scattered in the GBA, where there's Brikama, Sukuta, the markets, Banjul, Serekunda, supermarkets, that we're going to put up safes where you can just come and drop whatever you have. It doesn't matter. If you can give us $100 and more, we are very happy. Let's also watch out for the caravans that's going around, sensitizing the public in terms of what you can do. All these things are happening at the same time. So please, wherever you are in the Gambia, watch out, keep listening to all the platforms, follow us positively. We encourage people to be positive and be optimistic about our campaign in Ivory Coast, because that's what we want. We believe that together we can do something much better this time around, Mayama.
Again, remind us about the Ticketo app that you can contribute.
Yes,
yeah.
Just go onto your app station, just look for Ticketo app, download it and follow these steps easily and nicely, because I believe most of these youngsters right now, we are betting online. So it's just as simple as that. That's what you need to do.
Right.
Or if you wish, you go to natiketo.com. You can just also go online on the website and do very simple. It doesn't matter whether you are in Iceland or are in New York or you are in Timbuktu. Just go to ticketo.com or go to Natiketo or Ticketo, the app. You can pay here in Gambia, you can pay in China, you can do anything, anywhere. So we just don't want to leave anything to chance. If we feel like wanting to go online equally, go online and look for GoFundMe and just do what is expected of you, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to begin by contributing, as every Gambian is expected to contribute $100. I'm going to give you my contribution, and on behalf of the whole team, Omar, Mariama, and Bibi, we will all contribute $100.
Thank you.
Before you leave.
Thank you.
So we are urging every other Gambian out there, if you're watching this broadcast, please contribute. Every $100 you contribute will go a long way, in having a successful AFCON in Ivory Coast. But before I take a leave of you, we'll just take a look at today's games that are happening in the second division. Ouagadougou will be playing Elite United at the late Ousmane Sakho football field, and Kanifing East will be taking on Jam City in Bakau, and Heart FC will play Gambia Post Authority in Jara Soma. Those are the games happening today in the GFF Second Division Male League. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to my production team, Omar Toure, Mariama Koma, and of course my executive producer, that is Bakari Burama Balde. I'm your humble self, Mariam Boja. Until I come your way next time, have a fantastic day.